Hi, this afternoon I want to talk about one amongst the many. Remember, I've said before, whatever has been, can be, will be, and is known is available in the moment. So, let's say nothing new under the sun. Yeah, how could there be anything new when it's all available? And in this spirit, I'm mentioning this again because in this spirit I wanted to say that probably one of the nicest, most meaningful comments that have been made to me since I've been making these videos is that, yeah, I knew that, but thanks for reminding me. It's like dominoes. If you tip a domino, if you tip a domino, and it's a chain reaction. All of them will tip over. Maybe a more apt analogy is, have you ever seen the mousetraps and it's loaded with ping pong balls and they're just placed a mass of rat traps loaded with a ping pong ball. And you take one ping pong ball and you throw it and it's and it just spreads rapidly. And I think this is the way that this is an apt analogy. This is what I like for sharing with you the idea how that one tiny missile, one tiny ping pong ball, one tiny idea can have this either rippling effect or spontaneous chaos. I kind of like this because two ways to look at the universe. Some people see order, some people see chaos. And I think within each is the other. Within order is chaos. Within chaos is order. Today I wore this, I don't know if you can see this, I've got a bracelet, purple, dark purple with one white. And I got a necklace. It's opposite. I don't know if you can see, all white with one purple. And I got this, when I first got this, it was a symbolism of one amongst the many. One amongst the many. And the contrast, standing out, the difference, accepting the difference, is important, I think, at least in my spiritual evolution. Not being afraid to be different. Not being afraid to stand out when necessary. And this was kind of a symbolism of that there's a time and a place when you must be aware of the separation. You must be aware of the difference. And it's this awareness, it's this courage that comes from standing up on your own, being willing to be a little bit different, to listen to the beat of your own drummer, to follow the beat of your own drummer. Amidst the order or amidst the chaos. And this is necessary to for your evolution. This is necessary for your spiritual evolution. First, you have to see the difference. Then you have to appreciate the difference. And you have to live the difference. And by doing so, it's amongst the steps that will take you to a place where you see that, oh, we all are the same. I'm not this purple amongst the whites. I'm not this white amongst the purples. When you see the oneness and when you see the commonality. So through exploration of duality, of otherness, it's through this exploration that will take you full circle to understanding that one is all and all is one. But it does take courage, it takes commitment, it takes effort. So, whatever you want to do. I bought this at a certain stage in my development because I like being reminded. But I still don't wear this anymore because I don't need that reminder anymore. It served its purpose. The Air Force is training right in the middle of my video. How do you like that? It's pretty much of a constant here in, well again, I live not too far, 5 or 6 kilometers from the military runway. And having met a few pilots and talked to them about their schedule, I'm guessing that it's after school now. They usually will be busy from 7 till 8:30 in the morning a.m., breaking the sound barrier, making a big noise, and they will be busy after the school. So they do. The military does honor our children in school. And it's kind of ubiquitous. I've just gotten kind of used to the sound. Some people complain. I have no complaints. So now we're at this point where we're recognizing one amongst the many. And I started this off by saying there's nothing original, there's nothing new under the sun. It's been there, done that kind of a situation. And the beauty of it is to remind you again, it's all available in the moment. It's all available right now. Learning how to find it, learning how to tune in. This meditation will take you closer and closer to understanding. I know what I need to know when I need to know it. And did you hear that? I need to know what I know what I need to know when I need to know it. Just think of the relief of seeing that. Don't have to cram your head full of all kind of miscellaneous information. It's at your fingertips if you learn how to access it. So I know when I need to know what I need to know. And if I don't know that, or then if I don't know something, then I don't need to know it at this moment. I don't need to know it now. But when I need to know it, I will know it. And so will you. So uniqueness is something to cultivate. So something to honor, something to share with others. Share your uniqueness. And then in that process of sharing, and sharing is a key, sharing, wanting to help, seems to be a key in this evolution of this process to oneness. When you finally leave duality behind. So remember I said you can either view it as order or as chaos. But then it stops being this either or dichotomy, this opposite. You learn to see, chaos. An aha moment. Order. Yes, chaos, yes, order. How can this be so? Yeah, how can this be so? It is so. But how can it be? And in the Zen tradition, I believe a koan, the poem, the sound of one hand clapping, I believe a koan was a tool that the Zen masters, some other masters, had included in their practice to start this concept, to get to where you can entertain diametrically opposed opposites, yin and yang, love and hate. You can entertain them, you can deal with them, and see that they're indeed one thing. They're not two different things, they're part of the whole. Without one, without chaos, how we know what is order? Without order, how could we survive constant chaos? At this point, this is an aha moment. And I believe that in the process of getting closer and closer to reconciling the opposites, being able to accept the opposites without your head exploding. Is getting really close to the moment of realization. And when you see this, it's so simple. It's not out of the ordinary. That's within each and every one of us capabilities. You'll laugh. This is the belly laugh, This is the milafo, the smiling, the laughing Buddha. I believe that this mirth, this is a relief. This laughter is a way to relieve big belly laugh. We all need a good laugh. The hailing of laughter. I remember meeting these group of people that were into laughter, laughing all the time. And at first, I was immediately attracted to that because what's not good about laughing? But I recognized the imbalance right away. Laughing. And what about crying? Happiness is one thing, but sadness is another. There can be great beauty and creativity in sadness. Tears can be cathartic. Tears can be cleansing. And again, it's all about a release. So, this laughing, the people who laugh all the time, good on you. you know. But personally, I just found that it's the balance. It's one with the other, one part of the other. So laughter is only half tears and sadness. And in my own life, and some of the greatest art and some of the most beautiful books and expression of what it is to be human comes from sorrow and sadness. Some of my favorite music, broken-hearted cowboy song. Yeah, that's something that I personally can relate to, having a broken heart. And I know others can relate to this. I think the difference is trying to find the usefulness of this. How tears at a certain point in your growth were so constructive. How otherwise you're almost lethargic in your efforts. So one of the myths that I had to deal with, at least in my experience, was the myth of bliss. That when you awaken, when you're enlightened, when the light's on, when the light turns on, I was expecting that total bliss. It's like, and bliss is there. Bliss is available. But for me, a little bliss went a long way. A little bliss went a long way. It's almost too much. It's a realm that's real and exists. But I'm only able to visit it for brief and short times, seemingly short. Of course, in this process, linear time will abandon you. Linear time will abandon you, and you're not really sure how much time has passed. I went through a period of 2 days of sitting in my favorite meditation chair, laughing, crying, deep meditation. And when this experience was over, I was hungry. First of all, I was hungry. I was tired. I needed to visit the restroom. But all these things, this linear time, our normal relationship with time, took a back seat. Took a back seat for me to experience several things. To experience this laughter, this release that comes with saying love, hate, tomorrow, yesterday, chaos, and order. It's part and parcel of each other. Within love, there's hate. Within happiness, there's sadness. Within day, there's night. And nothing captures this again. Nothing captures this like the yin and the yang, the symbol of the yin and the yang, the circle made of the white and the black fitting together. And white and black, the white part has a little black dot and the black part has a little white dot. This is really the closest I've ever seen what it felt like. So time abandons you. Differences abandon you. What's left? Well, similarities, sameness. And after this 2-day marathon experience, I understood the impact, I understood the importance of what happened. It took a little while, took a little reflection, because it happened in the course of a regular daily meditation. It took a little while to kind of process this. It's kind of a bombardment, because another experience that I had was all the knowledge in the world passed through me. Everything that's been known, can be known, will be known, is known, passed through me. And if you don't think that's an overwhelming feeling, you better think again. And then there was some, for lack of a better word, some visions of past lives, future lives, lives that aren't even in this dimension, that aren't even within this reality that we find ourselves in now. Some are beyond, some are over here, some are over there. But passing through these as well. Okay? And my overwhelming feeling, but besides being entertained, it's very entertaining, my overwhelming feeling was ordinariness. Because I would see glimpses of ordinary ordinary moments in lives. And so many, countless. And this was all. Well, it seemed fast, but how long do you think it would take everything that can be, will be, is known, can pass through you? How long does that take? Yeah, that's kind of a funny question, isn't it? But after this kind of mind-blowing experience, which was predicated on surrender, predicated based on accepting that this person, this shell, this thinking, this mind, this being that I was pretty sure I was, surrendering that. Surrendering, we talked about it before, surrendering the lower self. Surrendering the ego. And of course, this is the epic battle, the ego. Bhagavad Gita, it was kind of like my own personal Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the beautiful Hindu story about Arjuna and Vishnu. Arjuna is the warrior, and it's on the eve of a battle. And Vishnu is one element of the Trinity, that one part of the trilogy, the Trinity that the Hindus accept as God, see as God. Now Vishnu was counseling Arjuna, but basically was listening to Arjuna say, you know, tomorrow I have to go fight this huge battle, and my brothers and uncles and family are all there. And how do I reconcile, how do I get my head around this kind of concept that I could die or that I could kill others? And the first answer was, well, it's an illusion anyway. It's all illusion. Those that thought they died didn't die. Those that thought they killed didn't kill. It's all an illusion. And This is when you start to see your own little... That's why the Bhagavad Gita became my personal story, because I saw that the battle that I was fighting was between the ego and the infinite within. It's a big battle. It's an epic battle, isn't it? So, recovering from these things, or trying to get back to normal. First of all, normal's gone. There's no normal anymore. Yeah, normal's gone. And how do you deal with your place in what's left of this understanding? That's where a real test begins again. And personally, for the first couple of years, I really struggled with this. We're going on 5 years or 6 years since it happened to me. And the first couple of years was really a struggle to get my balance. Because I had already practiced, I wasn't invested in who I thought I was. I wasn't invested in my ego. I saw myself as a something that was pretty funny. And whenever I would behave in a really particularly egoic fashion, I would catch myself. So I didn't have a lot invested. I didn't have a lot vested in my ego. Some people, when they see that that's no more, they see the illusion, they are devastated, crushed, because they had so much vested in their self-view. They had so much vested in their perception of who and what they were. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not sure, but the reality was that I wasn't so vested, so I didn't feel some kind of loss. I didn't feel that I was lost. I did feel like I was a little baby, months old, and just kind of left on the sidewalk, and had to learn to fend for myself without the tools to fend. Without the tools, that was my best, the clearest thing I could express. A couple of years laying on a sidewalk as a baby, abandoned, abandoned to my own resources. How do you tell people about that? Well, I don't know. I'm telling you now. As time passed, I noticed that I became a toddler. And when I came into the toddler world, when a little boy, a little girl is saying, me, I, it's the toddler. When they're first recognizing, they're first getting a glimpse that they're separate from mommy and daddy and the favorite teddy bear and the bed, and there's this sense of separateness. The ego is being born and being launched. And by the way that people treat the baby learns, just like they learn language from listening to the mom or the dad and imitating the words, they learn concepts, and ego is a concept. And this is when it comes into your life. When you're in the toddler, you learn to walk. Maybe you're talking some, babbling, and you're rewarded when the babble is mama and daddy instead of goo goo gaga gigi. Aha, they reward you and you learn. That's how you learn. They reward you, and your ego will develop. Well, as a toddler, in a sense, I wouldn't call my ego was developing, because I'd already seen the fallacy of I've already seen the theater of that. I've already seen the drama of that. That it's just an act. That it's just a play. That it's just illusionary. It's magic. And the opposite of magic is ordinary. I don't know. Unmagic. Yeah. But I did have the experience as a toddler when I'm experiencing my being as separate, and I wasn't doing that as much as special. When I was in the toddler stage, I thought, I realized the experience that I went through. I realized it was a big step in the process. Okay, ongoing process that has no beginning and really has no end. But develop a sense of special. I'm special. Because I've had this experience. I've seen the secrets of the universe. Then I saw that this is ego coming back. The ego of spirituality, the ego of a structure, the ego of separateness, the ego of specialness, the ego of feeling these things, experiencing these things. Oh, yeah, I'm a Buddha now. Yeah, this idea that, and perhaps it's the ego at a higher level, but even then it's more dangerous because it's more sophisticated. I'm special, I'm different. And then begins, for me, what I call the journey of ordinariness. To see the mundane, to see the sameness, to see the unity, and to understand that that was not special in any way. My insights, my experiences, my realizations didn't make me extraordinary. In fact, it made me super ordinary. Super ordinary. Because we're all part of the same thing. Each one of us has the capabilities, has everything that they need to find this expression of unity, of wholeness, and of completeness by themselves. It's all contained. It's the seed, the apple seed that has the tree and the fruits already contained in the little seed. It needs to be planted and nurtured. Whether or not you have outside help, at this time, if you're blessed with a master, if you're blessed with a sensei, if you're blessed with a roshi, if you're blessed with a laosi, if you're blessed with a teacher, well, that process of nurturing, supplying the nutrients, supplying the needs, which is the Dharma, the teachings. The Dharma is what the teacher can share with you. And what you do with that is up to you.